Let us check about the promoter gene. While operator gene is the site of action of repressor, the actual site of start of transcription is different and is known as promoter gene, which lies to the left of operator gene. It is also believed therefore that perhaps RNA polymerase binds to and moves from promoter site. The repressor, when attached to operator, prevents the movement of RNA polymerase as shown in this figure. Here the relationship between promoter gene, repressor and RNA polymerase is clearly shown. The promoter gene in lac operon was inferred from mutations at this locus, which were found to affect the maximum rate of transcription. There are two proteins which are known to be involved in the regulation of lactose operon. One, lac repressor, and two, catabolite gene activator, that is CGA protein, also known as CAP, that is cyclic AMP protein, or CRP, that is CAMP receptor protein. While repressor binds to operator site, CGA protein binds to CGA site. Moreover, repressor exercises a control by checking RNA polymerase to travel through operator, but CGA protein exercises a positive control. Only when CAMP molecule activates CGA protein, the latter will allow RNA polymerase to bind. This is clearly shown in this figure. A protein such as CAP, which interacts with the DNA and RNA polymerase to assist in transcription initiation, is called apo-inducer. It has been shown that CAMP is essential for activation of CGA protein, since when CAMP was removed or was absent due to mutation, transcription was reduced. In mutants lacking CAMP, transcription was restored by adding CAMP exogenously. It has also been shown that this CAMP CGA protein system is influenced by the level of glucose concentration. It is therefore sometimes described as glucose sensitive system, which is common to several glucose sensitive operons in E. coli. Example, operons for degradation of lactose, galactose, arabinose, maltose, etc. In all cases, glucose is one of the catabolic products of biosynthetic pathway, and it accumulates, it becomes very injurious. Therefore, whenever the concentration of glucose increases beyond a certain level, it leads to reduction of transcription. This is achieved by reducing the level of CAMP by glucose, either through checking the synthesis of adenocyclase, an enzyme needed for the synthesis of CAMP, or by removing CAMP by making a complex with it. Therefore, transcription in lac operon requires 1. CAMP activated CGA protein, that is positive control, and 2. lac repressor inactivated by inducer, that is negative control. Operator and promoter are cis dominant. It should be realized that in the lac operon, operator can control only lac genes that are adjacent to it. If a second lac operon is introduced as done in merozygotes, none of the operators is influenced by the other operator. In a partial diploid, one operon has normal operator O and other has a mutant operator OC. The operon with OC will be expressed, but with O will not be expressed. This could be tested by using the partial diploids, which not only differ in operator, but also differ in structural genes. For instance, in a partial diploid with genotypes OC Z plus Y minus and O Z minus Y plus, only beta galactosidase will be synthesized, but not the beta galactoside permease, although Y plus is present along with OC, but on two different chromosomes. This phenomenon of lack of dominance extended to other chromosome is called cisdominance. This also suggests that operator does not act through a gene product like regulator gene, which acts through repressor, which can diffuse and influence the other allele also. This phenomenon will be expressed by all those sites which are physically contiguous with the sequences of controls and function by being recognized rather than by giving a gene product. It is for this reason that promoter and terminator are also cis dominant or cis acting, while regulator is transacting. Association and dissociation of LAC repressor with the operator. The binding of purified LAC repressor protein to DNA was first characterized by a filter binding assay. This is based on the principle that nitrocellulose filter retains protein or DNA complexed with the protein, but not pure dsDNA. Thus, the DNA sequences of operator used by repressor for binding could be identified by their retention on the filter. It was shown that repressor could not bind on DNA obtained from a OC mutant. The location of binding in LAC operon extended from -5 to +21 within the transcription unit, thus overlapping the right end of promoter. This overlapping does not occur in all operons. Although earlier it was believed that binding of repressor does not allow binding of RNA polymerase, now we know that both can bind simultaneously, but RNA polymerase cannot initiate transcription unless repressor is released by an inducer. Repressor is a polypeptide of 360 amino acids and is divided into two regions. 1 to 59 amino acid residues on the amino terminal and makes a long headpiece, which can be cleaved at position 51, and the fragment 1 to 51 is called short headpiece. 2 60 to 360 amino acid residues on the C terminal and make trypsin resistant core, that is trypsin cleaves the repressor at amino acid number 59. The long and short headpieces both can bind to operator independently of the core, and therefore, it is assumed that their structure does not change in association with the core. When lactose inducer is added, repressor will dissociate from the operator. This is explained on the basis of several models. 1. Repressor is normally in equilibrium between associated and dissociated state. When the inducer binds to dissociated repressor, it is rendered incapable of association. 2. Inducer may bind to repressor associated with operator and changes the conformation of repressor, which allows it to get off the operator. 3. Inducer changes the relative conformation of head and core regions of repressor, so that headpiece cannot hold the DNA tightly. 4. The repressor in tetrameric form may be in excess and remains associated at other random sites on DNA, but is not found free within the cell. Due to induction, when the repressor is dissociated from LAC operator, it is stored at other random sites and used again when needed. The effect of induction, therefore, is to change the distribution of repressor on DNA and not to release free repressor. DNA bending during binding of CAP protein. During early 1990s, DNA protein complexes have been analyzed to find if DNA geometry is altered when a regulatory protein binds to it. It has been shown that DNA bends considerably when the regulatory protein CAP binds to promoter site. Similar bending has been observed during binding of zinc finger proteins or leucine zipper proteins or TF2D. This bending of DNA is very important in activation of transcription. In case of CAP, bending due to CAP can be about 90 degree, but the protein-protein interaction between CAP and RNA polymerase leads to formation of a nucleoprotein complex showing a DNA bending of up to 180 degree. The CAP protein consists of 209 amino acid residues with the two domains. The carboxy terminal domain of the protein, which is involved in DNA binding, is shown in this figure. CAMP is bound only to its larger amino terminal domain. Each CAP molecule has 3 alpha helices, alpha D, alpha E, alpha F, and the distance between alpha F helices in a dimer is 34 Armstrong units, making it possible for them to fit into the grooves of bDNA, which may take the form of zDNA during DNA protein interaction. CAP has been compared with other proteins like lambda repressor and lambda CRO protein, showing similarities in structural details and amino acid sequences in DNA binding domains. Comparisons of these 3 proteins CAP, lambda rep and lambda CRO revealed a conserved recognition motif consisting of alpha helix, a turn, and a second alpha helix. These are therefore described as helix turn helix or HTH proteins.